right, guys, we're back at another site here on the property, and this site is, if you will, lacking a major component for consistent bedding. We've got the grass structure, we've got switchgrass, 5.5 foot tall Indian grass, we've got some shingle oaks, young shingle oaks that are the right density and height. We don't have the cedar load in here, but that doesn't mean we can't get it really quickly. We're going to talk about that in a second. But on the spectrum of cover for this property, this is prior to being good enough dense cover to hold deer consistently. They're going to transition through something like this, but most likely, because of the lack of woody structure in here, not bed here routinely. Now, this grass also would probably be standing up. There's goldenrod, roundhead lespedeza, some blackberry mixed in here. So this would be a little bit more upright during the fall, but the major component that this is lacking is more density of the woody structure. But what we're going to do, if you will, take this younger stage that lacks that cover and melt it to kind of the middle, more of what you guys just saw from the other stage, is what we're going to do is go to the edges of where this cover type meets the timber along the ditches. We're to cut the cedar, we're to cut some shingle oaks and some other red oaks, and we're going to drag them out here. Skid steer in a bucket, grapple, chain them to the back of a tractor, literally go get the structure and bring it out here. Grasses are going to continue to grow up and around it. Birds are going to come and perch and drop some new seeds around it, bringing in more brambles. And what that's going to do is thicken this area up and provide the necessary woody structure in this unit to, again, kind of find yourself bringing yourself in the middle. What that's going to do is kind of, if you will, melt these two cover types together and kind of be right there in that stage where we've got all the necessary components to hold deer in a daily consistent basis that we know, hey, during the rut, does are in there because it's the thick, dense cover. We've brought the cover in and the other vegetative components are growing up and among it. So that's what we would do in this unit to make sure that this is super consistent bedding cover for whitetails. I'd maintain this site down the road after cutting that structure and dragging it out here. I'd make sure I'm treating multiflora rows. Birds are probably going to perch, deposit multiflora rows in here, but they might also be bringing other valuable things. So I'm going to spot treat multiflora rows, and then this, just like every other unit, gets burned on a 3-4 year type rotation. And from there, that's really the maintenance of this site. If I find that a lot of other shingle oaks are wanting to grow in here, I might pause that fire for a little bit, allow them to establish themselves so we get more representatives of the shingle oak 5-6 foot tall. So if I see that that's trying to occur, I might hold off on 2 burn cycles, let them establish themselves, and then reestablish fire.